Okay, we are here at TYT Sports and we're finally talking some baseball. In fact, we're recording this on the final day of the season where we've just finished watching the Giants eliminate the Padres for the last spot in the playoff. But we have the postseason now to look forward to, so we're going to have fun for the next 3 weeks and you get to check out our baseball chops. My name is Jock Thompson. I'm the Director of News Analysis at BaseballHQ. And if you're a fantasy player and you haven't checked us out, you really need to do so because we are the best fantasy site on the planet. And you can also check out my work this week at Sports Weekly and USA Today, where we're going to be presenting our postseason overview, and you'll get a comparative wrap-up of how these teams all stack up against each other. And again, that starts midweek. But for now at TYT Sports, we're going to do something similar, just not as much statistical analysis. Because the nice thing for me about kicking it TYT style is that I get to veer from the stats a little bit and tell you what I really think, which is what I'm going to do now with the Yankees and Twins series beginning Wednesday. So here we are, 3 days away from the beginning of the postseason, and the Yankees have already been installed as the World Series favorite at 2-1. Now we know that a lot of this is name recognition. After all, they're the Yankees. But we also know that a lot of this is about the money. In fact, the first 4 reasons that the Yankees are the favorites is about the money. Yankee fans don't want to hear me say this, but the bottom line is that there is no way the Yankees could sign free agents like CC Sabathia, Alex Rodriguez, and Mark Teixeira all simultaneously, paying them top dollar if they weren't the only Major League Baseball team able to do so. There is no way that the Yankees could go out and acquire midseason bench depth like Lance Berkman if they didn't have the league's only bottomless budget. And there is no way the Yankees make the postseason year after year if they aren't the league's only $200 million payroll, and if they weren't outspending all the other clubs by an average of about $100 million a team. But I'm not here to bury the Yankees. I'm not a hater. We're not haters at TYT. They've taken their advantage. They've put it to good use. They have baseball's best offense. And it's not just Mark Teixeira and A-Rod. It's guys like Robinson Cano and Nick Swisher who are having career years. Bottom line is the Yankees are going into the playoffs heads and tails above their competition. And this is where the money has really come in handy. It's where they've given them the advantage on the field. Because if you look at their pitching, it's shaky. The Yankees have no clue what they're going to get after CC Sabathia. Andy Pettitte has come off of 6 weeks from the DL with groin issues. He's had 3 starts. They've been all up and down. Phil Hughes, youngster, inexperienced, has an ERA near 5 here in September. He's never made a postseason start. And the 2 hired free agent guns that the Yankees paid millions to avoid this sort of predicament, Javi Vasquez and A.J. Burnett, were awful all year long. Now couple that with the fact that Mariano Rivera has chosen this point in time to show his age makes the Yankee situation scary. Rivera has given up 6 runs in his last 6 innings, which is as many runs as he's given up all year long. Not surprisingly, the Yankees have only won 10 of their last 27 games, and they're entering the postseason a little bit overrated, and maybe more than that. In fact, I would have picked the Twins to win this series, particularly one starting in Minnesota about a week and a half ago. Even though the Twins have had all kinds of problems against the Yankees, they've lost 6 straight postseason games to New York, and they've really struggled in Yankee Stadium. The Twins had been having a terrific year. They were overcoming injuries from their all-star closer, Joe Nathan, and to their all-star first baseman, Justin Morneau. Since the All-Star break, they'd outplayed everybody in the American League. They were getting contributions from everybody on their roster, and they were about to establish the league's best win-loss record. What happened? Well, for starters, Joe Mauer went down with a knee injury. He's caught only 1 game in the Twins' final 13 games of the season. Jim Thome, their leading home run hitter, has come down with back problems. He's had 5 at-bats in the final 11 games. And Brian Densing, arguably their best pitcher in the second half and certainly their biggest roster surprise, has had 3 straight shaky outings to finish the year and ended his last start Saturday complaining of shoulder soreness. Not surprisingly, the Twins have now lost 8 of their last 10 games. Their offense had been held to 3 runs 6 times during this period, and their pitching has coughed up 7 runs a contest. Literally, they are limping into the postseason. So the bottom line, this one is almost too close to call. But if Brian Denson can't go, I think the Yankee hitters are going to break through. I think they're going to take control and break serve in Minnesota. They're going to take it back to New York and finish the Twins off there. I hate picking against the Twins because they've overcome so much thus far, and also because I hate picking Goldman Sachs to win, the Yankees to win the postseason. We all know that money does buy love, and this is why the Yankees get my love for this series. So we're finished here. I'll be back to talk about Tampa Bay and Texas later on. See ya.